Between Mars and Jupiter, a belt of asteroids have their orbits, rocky remnants from the birth of the solar system. They live quiet lives, but accidents happen. Collision or a jolt from Jupiter's gravity, and an asteroid is knocked from its orbit. Drawn inward by solar gravity and with a nudge from Mars, this space mountain is now a projectile. It's 65 million years ago. 10 kilometers of rock and metal are on a collision course with Earth. Doomsday for the dinosaurs. Earth suffers a cosmic winter and mass extinction. A much bigger impact 4.5 billion years earlier gives us the Moon. Earth is struck by a planetesimal the size of Mars. Debris splashed into space either returns to Earth or clumps together to form the Moon. It's good news, for the Moon slows our planet's spin and accelerates the evolution of life. By contrast, the Moon is lifeless and barren. No oceans, nothing hides its scars. Peer through a telescope, and scars there are. 30,000 craters pockmark the surface. Each depression testament to an impact. Uneroded by wind or water, a pristine record of wax from space. Per square kilometer, Earth takes as many hits. Strip away our atmosphere, our seas, our vegetation, and all geological movement, and this would be our planet. Impactors reach planets even today. Jupiter, 1994. The culprit is this string of pearls. Discovered 2 years earlier, they're fragments of the same comet, Shoemaker-Levy 9. Straying too close, Jupiter's Herculean gravity rips the comet into more than 20 pieces, like dust sucked into a vacuum cleaner. The fragments now hurtle for the giant planet at 60 kilometers a second. Were it not for Jupiter's pulling power, far more comets would get through to Earth. Imagine these bruises on our tiny planet. The plume of an impact outshining the aurora. The shockwave of an impact. It's as big as Earth. Picture the consequences had those crags hit us. (1972), and this space rock almost does. 80 meters wide and moving at 10 kilometers a second, it could destroy a city. Luckily, it skips off the upper atmosphere and back into space. 1992, high school football on America's East Coast. A fireball stops play. The missile breaks up, and some chunks are recovered as meteorites, the name for any cosmic debris that makes it to the ground. Siberia 1908, this projectile, 60 meters wide, doesn't reach the ground. It explodes in the atmosphere like a nuclear bomb. Over 2,000 square kilometers of uninhabited forest is flattened. Had this happened over London, millions would be dead. The asteroid belt is like an orbital motorway. Those that stick to the road are fine. Those that veer off threaten us. At least 100,000 asteroids cross the orbit of Earth. 2,000 are big enough to cause us problems. Robots are sent to assess them. This one is to rendezvous with the asteroid Eros. In its current orbit, Eros is harmless. But in 100,000 years, it may well be on target for Earth. We must make its acquaintance. Eros is 40 kilometers across, 4 times the size of the missile that slew the dinosaurs. If we're still around and we don't stop it, nobody, no life on Earth, will survive this rock. In 1999, a probe investigates another threatening asteroid. Currently in a Mars-crossing orbit, a gravitational twitch could send it our way. The probe is to report. This craft, Rosetta, is scheduled for a closer encounter. Launching in 2003, it's to fly by 2 asteroids and waltz with the comet Vertinen. A lander is to analyze the nucleus. Earth space buzzes with eccentric comets and Earth-crossing asteroids. For every one plotted here, 20 or more are yet to be discovered, some posing the threat of global extinction. But we, unlike the dinosaurs, can react. We can build a parabolic mirror and tow it into space. There it concentrates reflected sunlight on an Earth-threatening missile and scorches it off course. Another concept, giant pods close with an enemy asteroid and attach to its surface. They release super sails that catch the solar wind and tug the intruder away. Or how about this device? Like a celestial outboard motor, it shunts the object to a safer course. But suppose there's too little warning. A space rock will hit us in weeks. Do we go for the nuclear option? Crude, simple, a last resort, a direct strike, and who can predict whether it would save the world? Given the political will, an international search program could hunt down most of the comets and asteroids that threaten Earth. With advance warning, defenses could be mobilized. But there is still the nightmare scenario. At the edge of the solar system, in the icy depths of the Oort cloud, the gravitational hiccup of a nearby star perturbs a comet. It begins a million-year journey toward the sun. 90% of our skies go unchecked for intruders. The comet takes us by surprise. "10 kilometers wide, velocity 20 kilometers a second, it's as big as the dinosaur killer." Armageddon. Extinction. A 100 million megaton explosion vaporizes New York City. The crater is 200 kilometers wide. A shockwave blasts outward, flattening everything in its path. It'll travel around the globe. As a cosmic winter descends, the reign of humankind is over.